Hi, I am Sri Lakshmi, working as Assistant Professor in CSE Department in Kokaraj Rangarazu Institute of Engineering and Technology. In this video, I am going to present about extended ER diagrams. As the complexity of data increased in the late 1980s, it has become very difficult to use the traditional ER models for database modeling. In my previous video, I explained about entity relationship model where we use entities, attributes and relations. These are the key components in the ER modeling. However, these components in ER model may not be sufficient sometimes to design the database. Therefore, there are many more improvements that have taken place in the next technologies in order to handle the most complex applications much better. Thereby, enhanced ER model came into picture along with these improvements. These improvements are generalization, specialization and aggregation. These are the concepts that are being used in the enhanced ER model. So in the very first I will be explaining what is generalization. Generalization is a bottom-up approach in which two lower level entities combine to form a higher level entity. For example, we can see in this diagram, the student and the faculty can be generalized into a higher level entity called person. The attributes of person here are PAD and PName, which is the person address and the person name. And the specialized entities are student fees, which has become part of the specialized entity student. So here EZA relationship is called as generalized generalization. So by using EZA relationship, we are able to demonstrate that the two lower level entities are generalized to form a higher level entity here. The next type of ER model is enhanced ER model is specialization. In specialization, the entity is divided into sub-entities based on their characteristics. It is a top-down approach. When compared to generalization, here we have the entity is employee here. Employee salary and employee name are the attributes of the employee entity, and another attribute, the entity is tester here. Tester has got attribute test type. So here the employee is divided into two types of specialized entities called tester and developer. In this way, specialization is following top-down approach. Generalization is following bottom-up approach. The next type of enhanced ER model is aggregation. So, an ER diagram is not capable of representing the relationship between entity and a relationship which may be required in some scenarios. In such cases, a relationship with its corresponding entities are aggregated into a higher level entity, which means a group of entities are combined together to form into a higher level entities. For example, if you see here, employee is an entity, project is an entity. Employee works for a project. So here the relationship is required between works for and machinery. So in this way, what we are doing here, the employee working for a project may require some machinery. So required relationship is needed between the relationship works for and entity machinery as shown in the example. Using aggregation, works for relationship with its entities employee and project are aggregated into a single entity. So what we are doing here, the project and employee, they are combined into a single entity, and require is a relationship that is created between the aggregated entity and the machinery. So what is the aggregated entity here? The project and employee combination entity is called as aggregated entity, and machinery is an entity, and require is a relationship between this aggregated entity and the machinery entity. In this way, we are going to observe the more relationships and more entities can be exhibited rather than earlier traditional methods of ER modeling, where we have seen student entity, faculty entity. So simple relationships can be easily modeled in the case of ER modeling. But when we go for such type of complex relationship, we cannot model them using ER model. That is the reason we are going for these three types of methods called generalization, specialization, and aggregation. So finally, to summarize, generalization is an extended feature where we are following a bottom-up approach. That is, from the lower level, we move towards the upper level. Faculty and student are these are the entities which are at the bottom, and they are moving towards these are the lower entities, and they are moving towards the higher level entity, person. That is, faculty and student can be generalized to a person entity, which means, coming to specialization, employee is specialized into developer and tester. There can be many types of employees, not only tester and developer, but in this case they are specialized into developer and tester. So if we observe, the easy relationship in the generalization is in this direction, that is towards the from the bottom towards the top. Here the symbol we can see easy relationship. Whereas in the case of specialization, the easy relationship is from the top to bottom. The symbol is in this direction, that is from the top to bottom direction. If you see the aggregation, we can see here the two entities are combined together in this form, and this is another entity, and here requires a relationship between these two combined entities. In this way, aggregation is being represented. So overall, extended ER features are very much helpful for representing the complex applications, and generalization, specialization, aggregation are the three methods which are very useful for representing such type of aggregations and specializations and generalizations. We can observe here there is an M2N relationship also in the diagram aggregation. This is called, relationships are represented in this form. MN means N employees participates in M projects. M entities participate in N entities. Require is the relationship here. Like this we can understand from this diagram. Thank you. With this I am concluding the video.